When Shimano started to design the wireless Di2 drivetrains for mountain bike, what were the expectations for the new product? Were there problems that wanted to be fixed, or was it simply to offer a wireless drivetrain to compete with the other big players in the drivetrain space? While the previous wired 12-speed was 6 years old, it still held up to today's performance and range. Were there concerns about having something that would not hold up to 6 years of future performance? And that's kind of a couple questions.
It is, yeah. But I think I can maybe answer the way that the product development went, because like in the beginning, I mean, we basically start with like a list of requirements that we want, like directions that we think the market is going, or response to like how the previous product is performing in the market right now. And I think that especially when you see products come out on the market that are fairly similar to each other, I can tell you for sure that like the development cycle is so long that we couldn't have responded to transmission that quickly. There wasn't enough time. It was pretty clear that derailleurs needed to get stronger. Like all derailleurs were taking small hits, and then the shifting was suffering. Mm-hmm. So I think we both just looked at the same thing and thought that's the thing that's got to get better about the next generation, is we need to make a stronger version. And then we went about solving it in totally different directions. So making an electronic version of that was obvious. I'd say that one was more of a response that once wireless electronic shifting came on the market, it was really surprising to us how successful it was, because we had kind of just seen a not very successful implementation of Di2 on the mountain bike side. And so I guess I joined the product development team right before the last XTR M9100 group launched seven and a half years ago. So like I came in for like the last 9 months of it or something like that. And we still had test camps, and we were playing around with some electronic shifting back then, but it wasn't like electronic shifting was our main spec. And so we're just kind of like, it doesn't really feel like it's resonating with the market like it had been on the roadside. And it had a slow start on the roadside too. So we thought maybe we just need to be patient with it. But we decided to not hold back the rest of the M9100, the last one, for the sake of Di2. And so the plan back at that time was keep working on the Di2 stuff, and if it comes out a year later, then great. Like it's just a shifter and derailleur that we need to make updates to. And so that was our plan, was that if we can do it in the first year and maybe push it to 2 years later, like we'll still accept it. But around that time, wireless electronic shifting became a thing. And when it first came out, admittedly, there was a lot of skepticism in our camp about, well, it's just wireless. Like, what's the benefit of that? Like, it's, you've got a smaller battery, like you've got to worry about battery security, and you've got range anxiety now. And, but just the fact that it looked better on the bike, it was easier to work on at home. Like it was so easy to install. Like, we really underestimated the benefit of the advantages that just inherently come with wireless, and just kind of thought of them as like an aesthetic thing. And like, if you've got clean internal routing, like certainly everybody who's running a tri bike has got Di2 on it, and like all the wires are just inside. And so shouldn't you be able to do that with a mountain bike as well? And it's definitely harder on a mountain bike, not being able to stick the battery inside the seat tube. But I don't know. I think those are kind of separate, like small little side issues. It really was that was the thing that resonated, was having components that were that easy to install and like made the front end of the bike look really nice. Yeah. And without needing special equipment. Like really, at the end of the day, mountain biking has got kind of its own identity, and things that fly with road bikes or triathlon or gravel, like just, it's not going to resonate with mountain bikers the same way. So saying you could put the wires inside the handlebar, like, it doesn't really work that way. It's like, well, I don't want them to though. Like, I just want it to look like kind of sweet and simple. Yeah. And like it belongs in the dirt. Right. So today's performance and range, I think,
like the old XTR has held up, and all the 12-speed stuff has held up so well, right? Like it's not outdated, essentially. As far as range goes, performance goes, weight, all that stuff. It's spot on with anything. It just has a cable that actuates it. right?
Right.
So
Well, which is why we haven't discontinued any of that
yeah,
stuff at the moment. I mean, we'll see where the market goes, and it's probably going to be very different for XT and XTR. Like if you're buying an XTR bike, basically the demand is for electronics at that point. But XT and mechanical, especially like that shifter and derailleur are still around. And maybe like if you want a light, simple, dependable setup, then that's still the way to go. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think we recognize that there's still a handful of the market that wants a mechanical, simple drivetrain, right? Like,
yeah, I'm one of them. I love mechanical stuff. It's just no worries, hop on, go. Yeah.
Yeah. The interesting thing to recognize, like or maybe the way to think about it, is that anybody for the last couple of years, if they had been buying a relatively high end bike, we've got a lot of sales numbers saying that electronic shifting is the way to go. But if you look at like when it comes down to the actual rider's choice about what they wanted, like they wanted a complete bike that was gonna come with wireless electronic shifting. Yeah. So a lot of people have ended up with wireless electronic shifting that either didn't care or actually didn't want it and had to accept it. So yeah, this is a time where people are finally going to have good choices on both sides.